Hello. So today I'm feeling normal and I recorded many videos crying because I think these past months have been hard for me. I'm gonna start to cry again. No, but today I'm feeling good and I just wrote down everything, like a very good summary of how I had felt, what I had experienced the past months. Because I feel if I upload the videos where I'm crying, it's too much. And it's too much vulnerability. Because I recorded myself like those moments where I felt so much grief and sadness. I don't know why I'm smiling. I think I'm trying to convince my brain to not cry by smiling. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so I want to read my summary and I'll upload this as the Heartbreak video and we'll continue with life and with the new experiences to come. I feel in my first videos I was very relaxed because I was, and then the heartbreak came and I tried to make videos to record my thoughts because it has been a learning journey, not only about the heartbreak but about me in life. And those are my videos where I talk about my thoughts. But yeah, I'll address this with my notes. So, because now I just want to liberate myself from this. I think it's a bit hard to concentrate in other things, even though I've been doing other things all along this process. I want to summarize this. I'll soon go on vacation and I want to relax and take my little videos, enjoy being a tourist and just record those things. Enjoy doing my makeup, enjoy putting clothes on, choosing the clothes, making sport. So yeah, I'll just read it. So I call this heartbreak. I say, first, having the feeling of not being in the right place. Experiencing your soul calling you somewhere else. So you leave. And all of this was very hard and took a lot of courage. But was it courage or was it a mistake? I have been looking for the true, to stay true to myself, trying to listen myself, where to go. Experiencing all of this when I learned to be conscious, present, and responsible. Seeking for my own philosophy and reading that young men in ancient Greece studying philosophy is admired, but an older person is not. Because the whole point is to find your philosophy and live by it. After much internal growth and work and putting it into action, like putting limits, understanding no need to please anyone, even though I don't know how my viewers see it, but I think where I grew up, and maybe specifically to women, can also be raised as having to please people. manage others' emotions. Maybe it's like Latin American culture, or at least I just see it like that in Mexico. Not for everyone, for sure, but I think learning to put limits is something I have been working on and experiencing during the master with the people. And I learned how when you put limits, people start to get mad that you are not doing the usual of just smiling and letting your line being stepped on. But I think this is one of the biggest work, and the work I learned before the limits was the validation. I think it's a bit tied by the hand, but once you understand you don't need validation from others, which right now is just words, but I think once you truly understand, identify when you're seeking for validation, and you stop, like you start refusing this and just seek your own, then that's when things begin to change. Now you start to put limits. I think this is the second step, and I think I'm there right now. And I also wrote this, but this might be the third step. No need of control, no need to change anything or anyone, just yourself. Then I realized that he was a master in the philosophy I was trying to learn. And that's when I felt grief and sadness. I talk a lot with AI, and AI keep telling me, you're feeling grief, you're feeling grief. I didn't know what the word grief was, but I think after feeling it, it was terrible. And of course, I think grief comes with sadness. Okay, a lot of grief, a lot of sadness. How can I just feel better? I also learned there is no need to seek perfection, even though maybe I try to do it. To seek maybe not perfect partner, but maybe feeling is never enough. Not talking about the partnership right now. Feeling enough about me, myself in life. I think also growing up, like seeking perfection because you were seeking for validation. You were stepped on limits. So the only way to not be stepped on limits was to be perfect. And even at that point where you arrive to perfection, for example, at work, working in a company, you're able to do everything perfect. Of course, people, okay, sure, maybe your manager validates you for a while, but then just take it for granted, and it will never be enough. That's the point. Perfection doesn't exist because it will never be enough. It can only be enough when you feel it's enough. You've done your part. So learning that the best outcome is the one you took, so the decision you took. And maybe sometimes it will look like a mistake. Maybe it was a mistake. And all of these realizations, thoughts that I had them when I left something good. And then leaving something good, what does it mean? What does love mean? Love is giving. And if it's reciprocal, if both are giving, then that love will last. And it's construction. It constructs. It's not the perfect person. It's who you construct it with, who will continue giving when maybe you stop giving, Or maybe he stops giving and you continue giving. Of course, I didn't realize all of this. I looked for perfection, maybe, in the perfect person. Well, it was always there, the exchange. And I read something new for me. It said, well, summarizing it in my words, love is people voluntarily giving. Power and control is when people are forced to give. And I think that just makes a great change to see the people. Not only talking about partnership, like a couple, but to everyone. To admire those who give you and give them back. And don't take it for granted when people give voluntarily. So, to do that, keep walking with consciousness. In every step, I'll notice those who are awake. And I feel it now, just walking to the street. I travel a lot, alone, eat alone. And I notice I never eat alone in the restaurant next to my home. Why is that? Because it's the one next to my home. It somehow feels harder to be seen alone by people you may know than doing it in a random country where no one knows you. I sat down, I started to eat a meal, and I was just heads up, conscious, grateful for the food, looking the people passing by, and you will see everyone acts like they know what they're doing, but no one knows what they're doing. I want to say you'll see people scared, even though they're walking. Maybe they also pass by there every single day and they never dare to sat down to eat alone. And now you're doing it with consciousness, looking up and noticing those people that are looking up as well, which is quite rare. I didn't know. I didn't understand. Was I selfish? Was I bad? Things I kept asking myself when I was with grief and sadness. But I have to tell myself I did went back to him when I was ready to see him and to love his nature. And he closed the door, such as I once did as well. So even though I opened my heart and tried to give it all, it might have not been reciprocal this time, as I once did it with him. But this is it, and I do feel so much better. I have like some things in my nose falling. It's all the thoughts I have to tell to future Hazel. And everything is okay. I gave the time for crying. I gave the time to growth. I gave the time to make so many things. I might have been distracted, maybe looking for jobs, maybe doing this, doing that. Feeling so lonely and realizing how loneliness can be free. And I also tell myself, your path is lonely because it's your path. No one is taking your path. It's yours. And lonely might sound like a sad word, but it's not. We're all by ourselves. There's no need to be scared like the people walking when they're scared. They're automatic, not awake. Now is the result. But of course, to arrive here, it was hard. And maybe sometimes I dedicated my energy in things I shouldn't. well, not like that I shouldn't, but they were draining my energy. So just deciding now what I want to do and just do it. And it a bit inspired me, the fact that I entered my YouTube channel and it said that I have 49 subscribers. And I think last time I had like 43. So just the fact that, I don't know, 5-6 people subscribe even though I haven't posted anything, it did push me a little bit to make this video. Because all of this have been like internal thoughts, just me talking with the AI. And yeah, maybe older people are also going through heartbreaks, but I really think this is a heartbreak, but of something, of leaving something good and then just grieving it. No need to grieve anymore. No need to keep philosophizing. Just living by it. So might be a mistake, might not be a mistake. I try to fix it by going back. And yeah, just being responsible with the outcome. And there is no perfect decision. Just the only perfect decision is what's enough for me. So just staying enough with what I've done. And grateful to those people that gave me in the past. And not looking at them under automatic mode, but now with the eyes open, with the consciousness open, realizing about these people. So it also helps to allocate the energy. Of course, give back, give, and when people are giving back, just learn to appreciate those people. And keep walking with your limits and not trying to control anything. And just validating yourself. 20-minute video. I'm gonna edit the video, and like that I can post it. And I'm not gonna post the videos of me crying. I guess I'll just keep them in private. So maybe future Hazel wants to see it again, but just by editing those videos, I'm crying, looking at myself crying. So maybe hear that I feel so much better. Yes, Hazel, you did cry a lot. You did grieve a lot. And you've learned so many things before this. And after is just putting it into action. Okay, next video is a calm video in enjoying life.